basically set up, ready to go. Both competitors scrambled. Varun drawing his hands off. Brandon grabbing the 5x5 to warm up with the thumbs up. We're almost ready to go. Hopefully you all are excited. Let's get some predictions in chat. Who do you all think is going to win this, Brandon or Varun, and by what margin? Leave it in the chat.
I'd have to say Varun 2-0.
Yeah, I think so as well.
One interesting thing about Varun is he is solving standing up. He does that. One of very few people who still do that to this day. A few more people did that years and years ago, but you don't see that too often now. Varun keeping the tradition alive, and we'll see if that gives him the upper hand, or if that's just something that he does maybe for fun, maybe for style points, maybe it's more comfortable.
I think Varun did it.
Definitely style points.
I think Varun did it out of necessity. Like 5 years ago when he started cubing, he was a lot shorter, of course, because he was a kid, and now he just grown so much. So now it's like...
Yeah, so looks like Varun did wrap up first on Brandon, but I think actually this match is a lot closer than it looks. Brandon made a pretty critical mistake.
Rue, or did he just make a mistake?
I think he made a mistake.
Okay.
I think he was at PLL and he had like an MU PLL and he just made a small mistake, and then he just like basically everything ended up unsolved. But maybe he is using Rue, although I did see two opposite cross edges solved at one point. So there's that.
Do you know if anyone uses Rue?
So it's not exactly. There is a version of Rue for 4x4 called Meyer. I think you'd have to ask Lacey more about that. I think she might be a proponent of that. I don't know if she actually uses it, but I think she has definitely tinkered with it in the past. So,
so does Lacey exclusively use Rue for her solves?
For 3x3 at least, yeah.
Okay.
She's pure Rue now.
Interesting. That's actually very exciting.
Yeah, it's
The
pretty interesting. Very unique.
Growing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of like FTO for WCA, except it's like growing at like a little bit of a slower rate, but definitely has lasted a lot longer. Okay, it seems like Keon has used Meyer on 4x4, which makes sense. You know, Keon, one of the best Rue solvers in the world.
Fair. What about you, Dan? Thoughts on Rue?
Thoughts on Rue? I've never been a user of Rue. I have nothing against it. If that's your cup of tea, then so be it. But let's not get too distracted as our two competitors go into Solve 2.
Yep.
Still anyone's game.
Yeah, so one thing I'm noting is Brandon seems to be a little bit slower when it comes to getting the cross edges done. At least to me, it's like a lot more, like there's more time in between when he's done with his first two centers and then when he starts doing the cross edges, which I think is an advantage for Varun, but Brandon is really, really good after that. Looks like he kind of got stuck with... This was really close. This was really, really close. Also because Brandon started a little bit late, so this could be super, super close.
Wow.
They're two 35s.
I don't see that.
Wait, are they both 35?
They tied.
Are they tied?
They tied. They actually tied. They actually got 35-11.
Wow, Varun wins by 1/1000th. I don't know if we're going to count that.
Literally 1/1000th of a second.
Literally 1/1000th. Do we take that? Do we count that as a win?
No, I think they're using WCA timing, so it's only up to the hundreds.
Timing, yeah.
That would be a tie.
Wow, amazing. That is a tie, the very first tie that we have seen on the TPC. Incredible. Wow. Wow, amazing.
This is one for the books.
Wow,
someone clipped that.
Somebody clipped it. Wow, that's insane. That's crazy. Of all events, also 4x4, for this to happen, wow.
Yeah.
35-11 coming out from both competitors here.
Remember
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Update from Michael, our resident delegate, head of the TDC.
Voice in the sky.
So if we were going based off of what we would consider like normal WCA standard, this is most definitely a tie. Also, our system doesn't allow for that third decimal because we thought it wasn't gonna happen ever.
I think
in that case,
the way that I thought we were always going by 2 digits, right?
Yeah, I mean we were always going by 2 digits.
Because we never require people to enter the third digit.
How to set it up, and then I don't think we ever thought this would actually happen.
Yeah, so I think maybe what we can do is this. Like, if Brandon ends up taking Solve 3, then at that point it's like we start moving into like a sudden death, and maybe we can give them extras. I don't know how many extras we have prepared.
give them extras.
I wanted to ask Prism, will the ties show up on the system, or will it show up like 1-to-1?
It'll show up as a tie. I can enter it.
So
it was 35-11,
But
right?
a time should be skip it.
Yeah, 35-11 for the both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just shows up as a tie. Yeah, that's
Okay,
pretty
so
sick.
we're just going to go ahead and give them an extra if necessary.
Okay,
we're
wow.
going to give them an extra.
Wow.
I do that manually, so that's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, but
Well,
we
what better way to
hopefully
show
might
that
not
this
have
is
to go into
truly
that.
anyone's game?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is really okay. So again, going back to my point that Brandon was like relatively slow, like with his cross edges, right? But after that, he was just flying. Like his edge pairing and his centers to edge pairing into 3x3 stage was really, really good. And actually, I think Brandon ended up with OLL parity here too, and Varun had PLL parity. So if neither of them had parity, I think Brandon would have had the edge here. But you know, at that point, we're going into like really, really like minute differences between, you know, there's like any small pause would have like definitely cost one of the two competitors. Just incredible to see. Incredible. You cannot get any closer. Like literally 8 versus 9, you can't get any closer. 35-11, 35-11. It was literally 1/1000 like off, which is insane. I
But
have no
all of
words.
that, parity, no parity, the tie, all that being in the past, we are now on to solve 3 to either determine the winner of this matchup or go into our extra solves.
man, I
Wow,
hope somebody clipped that.
That's insane. Yeah,
Well, the
you guys-
VOD, we can still save the VOD, worst comes to worst.
I know,
That's
but I want to
true. That's
rewatch
true.
that. Like, holy cow!
yeah, this is definitely going into the highlight reel. Like we make highlight reels for
One
each
for
of the
history
streams.
books.
This is one that's going in the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Varun turns out he actually misscrambled, so it looks like he will be just resolving here and then scrambling again.
The 2-0
Meanwhile,
is still
Brandon-
possible.
Yes, 2-0 definitely still possible, but it's like really different now. It's kind of like 2.5 to 0.5 maybe.
Look, man, this isn't chess. We don't count draws.
All right, fair enough. Meanwhile, Brandon just like kind of warming up.
Brandon, no stranger to big cubes. He is warming up on a 5x5, getting ready, while Varun re-scrambles, checking once again, making sure he didn't miss-scramble a second time.
Yeah, 4x4. So some people might not know this, but there are events in the WCA that do not have to be scrambled correctly. So for example, 6x6, 7x7, and Megaminx. They don't have to be scrambled correctly, but you need to make a good effort in doing the scrambles. 4x4 and 5x5 are not in that category. So if you mess up 4x4 at all, you do need to resolve and then re-scramble. So yeah, very important to make sure that the scrambles are correct.
But it looks like it was good as they begin solve 3. Varun starting a little earlier. He looks like he had a plan. Brandon not too far behind, getting done with the centers, working on cross edges. Looks like he's done with cross edges very quick. This could be very good.
Yeah, considering that he also started late, a little later than Varun, I think he kind of has the edge here, if I had to say. Although Varun looks like he's doing a lot of like RU moves, so maybe he's going to 3x3 stage. Yeah, almost
And
done.
he's on
here.
last layer already. This looks good. Locking up.
Oh,
Well, let's
this is
see.
close.
He
I
doesn't-
think
this is
Brandon
good.
won.
Close again.
I think Brandon won. Yeah,
A
32-29 to
A 30,
31,
35, 36.
Wow.
Up for a
So
1-to-1.
the
Or a
expression
1.5
on
or 1.5.
Varun's face says it all. His expression was hilarious. I don't know, someone needs to clip that as well, because that was crazy. When he got news that that Brandon got the 31, his face just went into like, what just happened?
Losing on a 32 is not fun. And now this is where the nerves can come into play, because it looks like Varun's a little shakier than he was before this solve. Now he knows that there's a chance that he might lose this and Brandon moves on and gets the points.
Yeah, that's crazy. So maybe Brandon really was just kind of hustling earlier in the round, where he was just like, it's fine. These are my warm-up solves. It doesn't matter if I get 40s or whatever.
Hear me out. What if he tied on purpose?
Yo, Dan
I think that's
Pastuchov
more
out here
impressive
with
than anything.
with the conspiracy theory tying on purpose just so we can farm some more content. Thank you, Brandon Lugtu, for...
Look, put the tinfoil hat on or not, I don't care, but, you know, no one's really gonna know for sure.
Oh my. Well, the thing is, like, he got himself into a clip, right? So maybe that was his goal. He wanted to be part of a clip. So he was like, you know what? Easy. This time I'll go a little slower. I'm gonna tie.
For the content, you know?
For the content. Of course. Thank you, Brandon, for... I mean, I guess congrats, because you're definitely gonna be in the YouTube video now.
Brandon,
we're going to solve 4. Our first solve 4 of the stream.
Yeah, so
good.
I want to talk a little bit about mental here, because Varun, I think Varun coming into this was like, I got this in the bag, right? But then Brandon, like, these 2 past solves have been insane. First of all, the tie, which is crazy. And then also, like, the last solve that just happened, the 31, Varun's expression was one of incredulity, right? So I think Varun is actually kind of at a disadvantage here when it comes to that. But let's see what Brandon and Varun can do. Maybe Varun will get really lucky.
This is a winner-takes-all scenario. Both competitors must be nervous, but it is a question of who is more nervous, who finds a better solution, and who executes it better.
And in terms of
Varun
execution,
looks to be a little ahead.
Yeah, his execution looks immaculate. Like, he doesn't look like he's pausing that much at all going into last layer now. As Brandon is doing OLL parity. I think with that OLL parity, this might have just wrapped it up.
Double parity
as well.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Varun takes it with a 31.
Wow, so 31-82 to a 37-14. Varun does hold his nerve here. Really, really consistent solves coming out from Varun. I think he got a 31 on the first solve, 35, 31, 31. Really, really good solves coming out from Varun. Excellent competition coming out from Brandon as well. Man, this is definitely a match to remember. And yeah, hats off to the duo of these guys. Wow. Just very, very impressive.
Yeah. Woo. Let's just recap the times. I think Michael's re-entering them on the bottom. 31:03 to Brandon Lugtu's.
I think he got a 40, right?
40, yeah, 46.
Then the 35:11 to 35:11 that we can never forget about.
Crazy.
Followed
Just
by that
insane.
win by 1 second, coming down to a difference in parodies, essentially.
And then
finally, Varun
and a
takes
31
it.
for Varun to ice the match, close it out, win it 2-1, maybe 2.5 to 1.5. It doesn't really matter. Varun is your champion. Well, maybe not of the whole thing yet. He does have a few more people to go through, but he has advanced over Brandon Lugtu in this one.
Now, there's only one thing left to do in this match, and that's to see what the 2 competitors thought of not only a match 4, but a tie.
Yeah, to be honest, when I said this was going to be an easy 2-0 for Varun, definitely wasn't easy. Definitely wasn't a 2-0. So,
yeah,
I don't think anyone expected the draw for one.
Nobody expected the tie. But yeah, let's just see how the competitors reacted, man. Just crazy. I definitely want to hear it.
All right, guys, we are all excited to hear your reactions in response to that matchup. That was so exciting, so hype. Yeah. Whoever wants to start, just go for it.
I'll go ahead and ask Brandon this question first. First off, we're gonna get into that tie, but what do you average typically? Because I think Varun has a better WCA profile average. What do you average, Brandon?
I'm usually like sub 36.
Sub
on
36.
A good day. And on a good
what
day.
About you?
Oh.
I'm like sub 31-ish.
Brandon, sorry, you were saying?
Oh, and like on a good day, I'm probably like sub 33.
That definitely showed. Oh
wow.
My God. We'll go one at a time with what you guys saw. So on that 35-11, Brandon, you can go first. First off, was it good or bad? And then, like, was there anything interesting in the solve, like skips or anything?
Okay, in the beginning, I messed up the first 2 centers, and then the rest of the solve was like above average. And then I don't think I had any parodies in that one, so it was good.
Varun, what about you? Was it a pretty typical solve or?
It was going pretty good until like I started messing up my last player, so I just like ended up slowing down at the end, which almost cost me them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the commentators were able to like catch this. From my perspective, it looked like Brandon was really behind, and then like caught up in the solve at the very end where Varun, you were locking up, and you said Brandon you had no parodies. Varun, did you have any?
I definitely had PL. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you had at least one parody.
Yeah.
So that's something I noticed, like just Brandon coming at the very last part of, because you were definitely at 3-bet stage a lot earlier, Varun.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy to watch.
Yeah. I think one thing that we did notice was that it was a really close match, like, because we knew that Brandon started a bit late, and he ended a bit late as well, but to be only off by less than 0.001 seconds is crazy. Or maybe a little
You
more.
guys were within the range of a timer reset. I mean, of like a timer malfunction. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy crap. I honestly wish I could hold on to you guys for a little bit further, but we do have to transition because that match went really long. But Brandon, do you have any plugs? We won't be seeing you. Is there any YouTube channel, social media, or like, you know, cubing competitions that you like going to, whatever?
I mean, my Instagram is wheat_brand. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Be sure to check that out.
You have a YouTube channel under your name, right?
Varun Mohanraj.
Yeah, I do.
Nice, nice. All right, check those out. Varun, we will be seeing you in the round of 8 for sure. And Brandon, congratulations on making it this far. You really cut it super close. So that was super enjoyable to watch.
Yep. All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. We'll see you later.
Good luck.
Holy cow.
All right, so I think after that we all need to take a hydration break. Man.
Definitely.